Okay, all right. Good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a great day today. All three market indices up today. Now, before I get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. And if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching, thank you. And please go ahead and do so. All right, guys, as you can see on the board, SPY ETF made a new 52-week high today, right? So what next? All right, guys. So let's bring this up and let's see what's going to happen for the next couple of days and the rest of the week. All right. So if you remember from the show from the last couple of days, it was hitting that upper Bollinger Band here, guys. And I did say it's a little bit of a concern. Any takeout after hitting that upper Bollinger Band on the low side would probably signify a little more selling. But guess what, guys? We based here yesterday, and now I really like the fact that we made a 52-week high without hitting that upper Bollinger Band. Okay, guys. So I really do think we still have a little bit more room to run in the overall market before we see a pullback. Okay. Now again, we can tomorrow hit that upper Bollinger Band, and things can change by the end of the week. But as it stands right now, everything looks really, really good. In fact, again, be a buyer on any little pullback unless we start breaching that 10 SMA, which happens to be in that 366, 367 level. Any break below that, then everything may change a little bit. But until then, stay long, stay strong. All right, guys. You know what I want to do today? I want to go quickly over the three stocks that I had mentioned yesterday, and then we're going to go give you the three stocks that look extremely promising going into tomorrow. Okay, so the first stock that I had mentioned yesterday was ESPR. I said that risk reward setup was really nice. Watch that channel. We were breaking above that trend line, that long-term trend line from early February. In fact, guys, if you got in, I said try to get in early in the day and then use that $27.50 mark as you're out. If you did, you got to be happy. We're up 3.2%. I really do think this is going to continue to run. Okay, that's ESPR. Second stock that I had mentioned was TLRY. Again, I said watch that $8 level. It did go down to $7.94 if you got long. It really didn't move too much today, which was a little bit of shame. Usually this has an ATR of about 92 cents, and this unfortunately moved about 50 cents, not even 50 cents today. So I'm looking for maybe tomorrow a big move higher if we could start taking out today's high tomorrow. Okay, last stock I did mention yesterday was SGBX. SGBX, again, I said see if you could buy this on a little bit of a pullback. Again, it did pull back early in the morning. It did still hold this, this 10-day moving average clearly. If you remember, I said in a few trading days, maybe in about 5 to 7 trading days, that 50-day moving average is going to be above that 200-day moving average, and then that's going to be a really good, nice setup going forward. Again, if you want to buy this on a pullback tomorrow, I recommend it. And then obviously use that 10 SMA right down there at 310 as your stop loss. Okay, guys? That is SGBX. All right, so let's go over the three stocks that look extremely promising going into tomorrow. And two of the three are names that we've played in the past, and now the setup risk reward setup look really, really good going forward. First one's going to be SAVA right here. I'm going to check this out. So after that gap down after earnings, guys, this has based for about, what is that, about 10 to 15 trading days. Now we're getting above that, that 10 SMA pretty consistently. I don't like the fact that that 10 is below that 50-day moving average, but I think that risk reward setup is really nice going into tomorrow. Clearly, be a buyer tomorrow above today's high or in a small pullback down to that 10 SMA right here, which happens to be 760. So anything above 760, be a buyer, and then any close below 760, I would sell that stock. But this is one that's looking really, really good going into the next few days. Okay, that is SAVA. I do want to bring this on a few other charts before I give you my my complete recommendation. Again, today, that 5 EMA is below that 13, so that's a little bit of a concern. But this also does look like one of those reversal candles because that 5 is approaching that 13. So again, guys, use any close, below that 760 as you're out, because that means this whole move, today's move, would have been a mistake, and this would probably go a lot lower, okay? But I really like the setup. That risk reward is really, really nice in this one. That's SAVA. Second stock that we've played before, Now looks really nice setting up. Had a really bad day today. It's pulled back nicely. It's WWR, West Water Resources. Here's one where this could be the beginning, guys, of the downtrend, right? Because now that 5 is about to cross that 13 tomorrow, or this is going to reverse course and start going higher. Now, the reason why I like this, and there's one reason only, the volume is still really strong on this, and the risk reward setup is really nice. If you can see, after making that high of 1450 in early October, came down to this 50-day moving average, held, started going up, and then after that, once it reversed course, came right back down to that 50-day moving average, guys, right? So again, I would use today's low of 526 as my out. Now, if this whole move is still a bull run, that 10 is above the 50 and the 50 is clearly above the 200, so that's still setting up nicely. So again, any move or any close below today's low of 526 means this is going lower. I would want to be out of the name, so that risk reward setup is really nice. It's about 15 to 20 cents. It's doable. It's great. So if you're if you can move that quickly, I would definitely think about buying this one tomorrow. That's WWR. Lastly is one that we haven't played before. This is ALT. Like this one. I love the setup. Take a look, guys, here. If you take a look at this, guys. That 10 is above the 50, just barely, and that 50 is above that 200. So this is moving up super nice, setting up super nice, where you have that 10 over the 50 and the 50 over the 200. And as you know, if you watch the show, I always say that to have a good looking chart, you have to have those three things in that alignment. Okay, and so we're starting in that road where that 10 is over the 50 and the 50 is over the 200. Great looking, the beginning of a good looking uptrend chart. And then a little bit more confirmation. We have the 5 EMA and ALT above the 13. Strong move right there. And then let's check finally on that 9 SMA. Is price over the 9 SMA on the weekly? It clearly is. That 9 SMA is 1169 all the way down there. So now you're asking me, Eric, when should I buy? When should I sell? Well, this one's going to be a really easy slam dunk risk reward setup. Let's bring this back on that daily with those three indicators again. So again, guys, be a buyer above tomorrow's high tomorrow, today's high tomorrow, and that should be a no-brainer. I mean, the high was 1329. We closed at 1324. We weren't up too much, so this is setting up for a really strong move tomorrow, in my opinion. Be a buyer above that 1329 level, and then you're going to have to give this a little bit of room down here at that 50-day moving average, or any close below that 50-day moving average as you're out, which is 1163. I know that's a little bit of a big move or a big delta right there. So just use your trade your sizing of your positioning, right? Don't overextend yourself in this one. And then if we start seeing some profit, just add to it as we move up. All right, guys, that is ALT. All right, so the three stocks are SAVA, ALT, and WWR. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. My name is Eric. If you like the show, please go ahead and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I will get right back to you with any questions you may have. All right, everyone, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow after the close. And remember, trade smart and be safe.